Taphophiles, it is time for a cemetery seek. It's been a while, about a month I think, but despite it being summer, there's been a lot of train problems in the Midlands, so I thought I think it's probably till September, but at least nothing stops a taphophile going to find dark tourism places. So we're on Church Lane, you know what that means, going to go find a church. So we're in I'm going to say it's a quaint town, as I always say, quaint little village of Upton. So once we get closer to the church, I'll give a bit more history, but feels good to be out and about seeking dem cemeteries again. In we go. So it is St. Peter and St. Paul's Church. So good they named it twice, as they say. Beautiful, shut away, very, very quiet churchyard. So, a little bit of history, eh? The town of Upton gets its name from up and ton, up meaning upper or higher, like on a hill, and ton meaning farm or settlement. So nearby I believe there is a farm, so that probably was the first thing built. I can hear voices from inside, and they do claim that it's open every day, so we'll hold them to that shortly. So the area itself is very connected to Roman times. The church itself is 13th century, but it does lay close to Foss Way, which obviously is, if you all know about history, that is the main road from Roman times. So a lot in this area there was a lot of urns and coins that were found. I'm very excited because there's supposed to be 100 people buried here. Try and keep out the way of the wind. 100 people that are buried here because of a plague that happened in 1610. A lot of people fled the village. There was only about 300 to 400 people, but over 100 of those died from the plague. So if there's any dated here of the 1600s, then they're most likely passed away from the plague. So again, that'll be interesting to find, because it reduced a lot of the town through plague. So but anyway, let's have a look around the actual cemetery itself and go inside. I can hear hoovers. Hope everybody's decent. So there is some lovely cleaners in there that are cleaning the whole church. That is the first I've ever seen, by the way. So I'm going to let them do their thing, and we can have a look around the churchyard and look in the church afterwards, once it's all spick and span. So it does have a very impressive cage on there. And looking up, there are 4 gargoyles right around the edges there, but it's very well kept. So since I didn't actually expect to get in the church, since it's such a rarity, everyone, I did get to look around. I think I'll give you a little hint of what's in there, in case it's really quiet when I get in there and I don't want to talk. Sometimes that happens if there's people in there. So I saw that there is a very impressive wall mural with angels and things that they actually, I think it was in July I saw, they uncovered it all. It was all covered in plaster. Nobody knew it was there, but there's a few parts of it that have been uncovered. There's an angel and a few bits of words, so I don't think they quite know what it says, but a lot of research going into that. I did also see there's a squint. So if you remember me telling you about squints before in another cemetery seek, which they basically are if you wish to come to church but you don't want to mingle with the people, so people that are pilgrims or hermits that wish to basically go to sermons or whatever, they would look through these little squints. Or if you had something like leprosy, or you had to be kept away from people, you could still get to the sermon, and look through these little windows. So there is one in there, and it has a great view all the way up to the front where the window was. So I'll show you that as well when we go back inside in a bit. But in the meantime, let's look at these awesome graves, some really, really old ones here. Very nice. Kind of worrying about where I should be stepping, because a lot of these graves, I think maybe the hot weather and the rain has made them sink. So I think I'll stick to more grassy areas. You can see here how much that's sunk in. So not really very safe. Lots of 1600 graves. So we have here, right, I found the date before I even read it, but 1683, in memory of John Holmes, who was buried here the 24th day of February. Yeah, that's all I can see there, but the one next to it as well, they do say Anno Domini on, isn't that Roman? Can anybody tell me that, if it is? Helen with 2 L's, Helen Holmes. So we got John and Helen Holmes, 1684, 1683. So I'm gonna guess these were the plague-related graves that were all along here, that are very jaunty angled and not able to be seen very well. It's on its stilt legs. What's going on here? What the? There's a bit of a name along the bottom there, but besides that, and it even looks like there might have been ironworks around the outside. Wow. And let's just have a look at the tower before we head back in. There's a tiny little door there. I can't make out what that's relative to. I mean, it would be on a stairwell. Perhaps they open it up at some point, but not anymore, obviously. Like in the door. Let's have a close-up look. Wow, that's woodwork, not ironwork. That's what makes it even more impressive. An old door. So, take 2. Here we go again. The organ. A very, very well kept roof. Look at this floor that they just spent all the time polishing, and I'm gonna walk on here. This wall is the one that they've brought out the artwork underneath. So you can see there would have been a memorial. There's kind of a bit of words there, a bit of words there, and above the window as well. The other thing I was going to show you was the squint. So we have St. Paul hanging out here, but if you look through here, all the way through there, you would be able to watch the sermon from a distance. So from standing here, you could still look down there, just as I'm having a look around the back here. Some amazing medieval graffiti here, like a horse. I spy a wee little stairwell, so I'm gonna see how high up I can go. Wow, this person does not have a lot of room. So this would be where they play the organ from. Pretty high up. Lovely window. So I think that is an excellent roundup, really, to being able to get in here. Oh, 2 other things as well. They've got obviously a font for storing the water, but this looks like it looks like a trapdoor even. Proper trapdoor on there. And what was the other thing? Oh, over here. That was a really awesome cross. I've seen some terrible ones in my time, but that looks really cool. It's made out of chains and possible horse bridlery, not entirely sure. And we got this cheeky chappy. Hello. So that is Upton Church. It was a bit of a trek to get here, but it is worth it when things like this happen, when I can actually get in here and, you know, they're just like, yeah, go ahead, go look around. I did have to get the train to Newark Castle and then stagecoach bus number 29 to Upton itself, just in case you wish to come see. If there's anything else you know about this church that I don't, please let me know. But beautiful little place, really is. Once riddled by the plague, as we have seen, but it's still here after all that stuff. So from me, it is goodbye, fellow Taphrophiles. I hope you enjoyed this trip. Join me again on the next Cemetery Seek.